I really don't see anything other than tight ends on this team. Why do they keep signing tight ends? I don't know. They got like 32. What did Rick James say? Cocaine's one hell of a drug, man. The New England Patriots, man. We want to talk about the New England Patriots. They had the opportunity to go out there and get DeAndre Hopkins. They didn't. They had opportunities to go get all sorts of weapons and stuff. I really don't see anything other than tight ends on this team. Why do they keep signing tight ends? I don't know. They got like 32, you know. Mac Jones, you know, I just don't think he has enough weapons to be successful. I mean, the offensive line isn't terrible, but I mean, he can't be thrown to Devontae Parker and I can't even name another receiver on that team other than a tight end.
Jacoby Myers?
Juju?
Meh. No,
Juju?
Jacoby Myers in Las Vegas.
Oh, yeah, Jacoby Myers is gone. Yeah, Juju. Yeah. Oh, no. This is just...
Come on, let's not talk about Juju. Let's
they
be
do
real.
Have Bill Murray on the offensive line.
Thank God, because that's going to save their team this year.
Oh, man.
Like I said, they're lacking wide receiver. Ramondre Stevenson is not terrible, but I don't see him as a 3-down back in the NFL. The defense has a lot of holes. Either they're aging or they're just not that great. And then, does Mac have it this year? He had a couple years with Alabama because that team was stacked. I just don't think he has it with this New England team.
Yeah, it's a lot different when he was at Alabama, had 4 first-round receivers to throw to, and now he doesn't even have a single receiver on the team that was as talented as like 4 guys he was throwing to there, up against college defenses, I might add. Yeah, it's a little bit tough for him. The offensive line is solid. They can especially run block, but Trent Brown is the best lineman they have, and he tends to get hurt. You could definitely bank on him. Unfortunately, probably missing a few games this year. Stevenson, you mentioned him. He's the highlight of this offense. It's kind of weird. They actually really don't have much for another running back behind them. I mean, maybe they're hoping their draft pick from last year, Pierre Strong, steps up or something, but it's weird. Usually you think about the Patriots having like 3 to 4 running backs. They rotate in there. Instead, this year it just seems like it's Stevenson's backfield. They don't really have much else, but yeah, I mean the receiver position is just terrible. The one thing that does help them on offense is even though Billy O'Stooge is Billy O'Stooge, he's an offensive coordinator. They aren't using a defensive coordinator and offensive coordinator this year. So at least that's an improvement. That's got to be an improvement by default. I will disagree with you, Chad, on the defense. Their defense was actually quite tough, despite the fact that they were on the field a lot because the offense couldn't execute anything because they probably didn't even have a game plan since they were using a defensive coordinator on the offensive coordinator position. But yeah, the defense. What was that?
Bailey Zappi will take care of them.
Hey, dude, Bailey Zappi actually did pretty well last year in relief of Mac Jones. That's why there's a little bit of pressure. Yeah, they do look actually kind of similar. It's weird. But yeah, the defense line can generate pressure. They have good linebackers because that's what Belichick's defenses do. They always have good linebackers. They do use McCourty at safety. He's been there forever. And then they just drafted a new corner to help at the corner position in Christian Gonzalez. So I'm definitely curious to see. I mean, the defense can keep them in some games, but I just don't see this offense helping them win. Matt?
So, offensively, they're trash. They got to either sign Dalvin Cook or go out and find another receiver. And hope that somebody pulls an Antonio Brown from the Raiders and just decides that they really want out because they can't wear their old-fashioned helmet. Otherwise, they're throwing to Hunter Henry and Mike Gesicki, and that's it. Juju and Devontae Parker aren't the people that we thought they were going to be. They had maybe 1 or 2 good seasons each. And then you're looking at Tyquan Thornton, Kendrick Bourne, Jalen Hurd, and Matthew Slater. That's not a great group of names.
Matthew Slater is special teams only, by the way.
Pretty much.
And Kendrick Bourne isn't terrible, but he's not anything to write home about.
He was in Belichick's doghouse for a lot of the year, too.
And then Justin, they do have Ty Montgomery, so they could do a little bit out of the backfield with passes.
Hey, guess
but
what? Good news, man. Ty Montgomery.
he's like a Cordero Patterson light and if you're looking at Cordero Patterson, he's not even the greatest of running backs either. So
he was Cordell like
yeah. But Ty Montgomery will be good in the pass game. That's all I'm trying to say. Mac Jones doesn't have much around him. He has Billy O'Stooge, Billy O'Butchin. But the defense is they're gonna keep him in this game or in these games. Christian Gonzalez, I like him, but I mean, he's never played in the NFL. So how do we know what they have? Like, he could be a complete bust. So until we see what he does, we can't accurately say what they have at corner. Because now they also have Jack Jones, who's about to get a lengthy suspension for carrying 2 loaded guns through the airport against his knowledge. We don't exactly know if that's real, if it's not.
Allegedly.
Allegedly took 2 loaded guns through the airport.
Isn't it? He was talking about John Morant months before this happened to him.
Yeah,
he
sent out tweets. Yeah, he sent out tweets like saying, "Come on, bro! Like, why are you doing this?" And then he does the exact same thing. Like he does even worse. John Morant at least did it like just with his friends in the car carrying a gun around. Jack Jones tried to go through TSA with guns. Like, come on, dude.
Oh, come on.
Delete your Twitter at this point. They do have good safeties: Adrian Phillips, Jabril Peppers, and Kyle Duggar. Those 3 will be in a decent rotation. But outside of that, they don't have a whole lot when it comes to corner. So I think if you have a deep wide receiver core, you're gonna be able to toast them pretty easily.
By the way, I mean, I'd just like to see Belichick because he goes to these crazy things. Maybe he should just go all in and just sign 4 tight ends and that's it. Just run 4 tight end sets, no receivers.
Wing T all tight ends.
Yeah. They do have Steve Belichick and Gerard Mayo as co-defensive coordinators, even though Bill's probably going to be calling the plays.
Have you seen Steve Bellichek on the field?
He looks like he just escaped from like a mental institution.
He's all jacked something. He's all jacked up on Mountain Dew.
He was actually our picture for the Patriots last year, by the way.
Yeah. With his weird mullet.
Yep.
What did Rick James say? Cocaine's one hell of a drug, man.